Welcome to the final episode of our Queen Mary 2 Hamburg vlog series.
Right then.
Morning all.
Morning. Day 4.
Day 4.
My last day on Queen Mary 2.
Yes.
It's a bit cold in our cabin. No. We're all dressed up. We're not all dressed up. We've got
Carole's usually mean to me because what she'll do, I'll say, what are we doing today then? And I'll go out in a t-shirt. And they say, well, let's just have a quick look outside. And it'll be like blowing a gale and 18 below. But fair play to her today, she's forewarned me, said, right, before we have any lunch, once, spoiler alert, we've missed breakfast again. So before we have a spot of lunch, we are going to do a tour of the wraparound promenade. We are. And looking out the window, this is the sort of outfit that we're...
Yeah, I've been out on the balcony and it's quite windy and it's not raining, but it's very windy and very cold.
Showing the poodle.
Showing the poodle. Oh yeah. I don't know if you can see but there... I've been out in my flip-flops and my pyjamas and can you see that there's... is it there? Paul says it looks like a poodle. I don't know. Anyway. He's a bit of a nutter, so there we are. So we're going to go for a wander.
He's a bit of a nutter.
So we're going to go for a wander around the promenade, for a brisk walk, and then go and see what other outside areas we can find. I think we've covered most, haven't we?
I think so, yeah.
And then we're going to come in and have a go to Britannia, aren't we? We haven't booked it. You can just turn up, but you can book it on the app, the My Voyage app. But we're going to just turn up around 12:30.
Yes, we're going to turn up and demand a table.
Okay.
Please, can we have a table?
And then we've got the planetarium booked, haven't we? In Illuminations for 2 o'clock, which we've heard that's supposed to be...
I've heard it's out of this world, but whether that's true or not, I don't know.
Oh, God. Well, we'll see.
Sadly, the weather hadn't improved when we got outside, but Carole still insisted we give you a tour of the promenade deck. And as it was too windy to talk, let me give you some random Queen Mary 2 facts. 3 laps of the promenade deck is equal to approximately 1 mile. The Queen Mary 2 is the same length as 36 London double-decker buses. At full capacity, there are 1,352 crew and 2,695 passengers. The QM2 is actually 5 times longer than Cunard's first ever ship, the Britannia, which actually means it could fit inside the Britannia Restaurant. At the front of the ship, as you walk through the wraparound promenade deck, you'll see what looks like at first glance some strange modern art. This is affectionately known as the Commodore's cufflinks, and is in fact spare propellers for the propulsion system. With Carole's hair never looking better, we headed back inside the ship. You may have heard that Homer Simpson is hiding on a piece of Queen Mary 2's artwork. So if you don't want to know where it is, look away now.
After our blustery walk around the promenade that you've just seen, we went for dinner in the Britannia Restaurant, didn't we?
We did.
So we got there at just after 12 and bumped into Kathy in the lift. Kathy's been a great fun to be with. So she said, did she mind joining us? We said, no, of course we don't.
Not at all.
So we went to the Britannia Restaurant. Lovely welcome, like on most cruise lines, isn't it? With all the waiters stood there, welcomed us in. We had a lovely table by the window. Fantastic service and fantastic food.
It was most excellent.
You started with which is not unusual for you, wasn't it? You had your...
I shocked you. I had a chickpea and spinach fritter. And I have to say it was delicious.
I had pea and ham soup.
Yes. Which
was beautiful. And also then I had a Vietnamese chicken noodle cold salad, and that was so flavoursome. And then for mains I had some mushroom bourguignon, which was delicious, and you had... What did you have?
I kept trying. I want to say cannelloni, but it wasn't cannelloni. It was pasta, but it was the little
Tortellini.
Tortellini. That's the fella. Yeah, tortellini, and that was really nice too.
And then I wasn't going to have pudding, and then I spotted sherry trifle, and I do like a bit of trifle. So you chose tiramisu.
I wanted sherry trifle, but in the interest of blogging photographs, I had tiramisu cheesecake, and as soon as Carole's trifle came out,
oh my
I
God, it was
immediately
amazing.
regretted my decision.
It was big, wasn't it? And it was the flavours were amazing.
I
You
don't know how you
taste the
managed
sherry.
to eat. I don't know how you managed to eat it all because you weren't hungry, were you?
It was so good. Kathy even had a second pudding.
Yeah, well, Kathy's naughty.
But yeah, so food again, couldn't fault in the
Yes,
restaurant. Absolutely
lovely.
spectacular. And then we were running out of time to get to illuminations at the planetarium. No, planetarium at the illuminations.
We had to do our fast Peter Kay walk to
We
get
did,
there, and
to
we
get there.
just got there in time
Yeah.
and scraped in.
Yeah, so and that was interesting. It's a different concept where you actually lie flat in your chairs and you watch. It was all obviously about the planets, which was educational,
It was
wasn't it?
educational, yeah.
Great
It's
concept.
very hard to describe, but it's definitely worth... It's only on for like 20, 25
Yeah.
minutes, so it's worth... Get it booked up on your app. You don't have to pay for it, but make sure you book it.
Yeah.
It's on every day, about 3 times a day, but...
Not every day.
It's on 3 times a day, most days.
But I led back and I got a tickly cough. I don't know why. I just all of a sudden thought, oh my God, I'm going to cough. And of course, then I coughed about 5 times. I thought, oh my God, you know what's like in these times? People get paranoid when you hear someone coughing. So, and I couldn't shift it. So I decided to ping my chair up and I actually snuck out the back, didn't I?
And now the true story of what happened. She fell asleep. And when she woke up, and then couldn't shift the tickling
No,
cough, so
I
had
don't
to
know
leave.
if I did that or not.
Well, if you don't know if you fell asleep or not,
I was very so
you've-
relaxed. It was
you've-
lovely looking at all
It's
the
fair to say
planets.
you fell asleep. You fell asleep.
I didn't snore or
looking at
nothing.
the moon.
Anyway, so we came out of there and then we decided we were going to go and just sit and chill in one of our favourite lounges, which is the Corinthia Lounge.
Yes.
And we bumped into the Cruise Boys, didn't we?
We did.
By the lift, and we hadn't seen them for a few days, so we said, oh, we're going for a chat. So we went there and had a drink. They're great company. If you're not following them, make sure you do, because they've got some great content,
They
haven't
have.
they? I'll put a link in here, well, in the description below, so you can see. And we sat there, had a great chat about all sorts, and then the quiz started, wasn't it? That's our first quiz that we've done on this ship, and the girl who was running the
Quizmaster,
quiz.
Laura, oh my God, she is absolutely hilarious. She's got
She's from Fleetwood.
She's from she's Lancastrian, I believe, is
I
what
think
she
Fleetwood.
said, and her voice sounds very much like Carolina Hearn.
Yes.
She used to do the voiceovers for Gogglebox, and she was on the Royal Family.
Yeah.
And her voice is very much like that. And fair play to Laura,
You could probably
absolutely.
do a good impression, couldn't you?
But yeah, absolutely hilarious.
Yeah.
Dry as a stick, coming out with stuff. People were just... There was people who either got it or didn't.
I think because
But-
there's now some Americans and some Germans on
Yeah.
the cruise. British humour, you don't realise it. Our humour's a bit bizarre, and we laugh at the stupidest of stuff. And she was spot on, wasn't she?
Oh,
She had
yeah.
us in hysterics. It was a brilliant quiz, and we did really well. Where is it, Paulie? Where is it?
We came...
Thanks to the help of the Cruise Boys.
Yeah. Out of 500 people, we came 498.
No, we didn't.
I don't know how many people was in the quiz. The winning score was 14.
Yes.
And we got, rather frustratingly...
13. So close.
So
And there was 2 teams that got 40, and they had a tiebreaker, and we knew the answer, didn't we?
tiebreaker as well, yeah.
So how many bones are in the body?
Yeah,
Show 'em, Paulie, how many bones?
206. Just remember that, kids.
Yeah, so that was really good fun. And then we got invited by Emma Cruises and her family to go and have some bubbles before dinner. So we've been there with them, and they're lovely,
Yes.
aren't they? We've had such great company on this cruise, haven't we?
Yeah.
We've all the followers that have come and had a beer with us, and with Emma and the Cruise Boys. Thank you guys, because we've loved it.
It
haven't
means a
we?
lot, it really does.
It
don't
does.
don't ever think that you can't approach us.
Yeah.
I know I am grumpy, but you'll be all right.
We've had
don't
such
worry.
fun.
But
we-
but definitely got back to our room, and one thing that did make me very grumpy, that's these bloody things.
Yes, it's we're off in the morning, so we decided for the first time actually we're going to pack in the morning and just carry our cases off. So we'll see. We'll let you know that gets on.
I'm not going to pack anything. I'm just going to wear all my clothes, like Joey from friends. Could I be wearing any more clothes? And then I won't have to pack anything.
But anyway,
because I'm an old romantic, and I like to treat my lady. I'm taking her to the speciality restaurant called Verandha.
It's $45 a person, so it is additional charge, but it's supposed to be spectacular. The cruise monkeys have told us we've got to go, so thanks. Well, I'm not going to say thank you, cruise monkeys, yet
until we've been,
but yeah, looking forward to that.
Yes, looking forward
time's a ticking. So we've got our dapper doos on. Dapper doos. Stand up, Paulie. We've got our gala nights on Cunard. Tonight is just a gala night. It's not a themed night, which we've had on previous cruises, which was black and white or red and gold or 20s. Tonight is just gala attire night. So I've always put my little LBD on. Little black dress. Did you know what that meant?
Of course I did.
Oh. And Paulie's got his...
And I always put my LBS on, the little black suit.
No. So anything goes on this cruise. So if you've got a blue dress, a pink dress, doesn't matter.
Doesn't matter.
But we're going to have our last night, and we're sad.
Well, we could enjoy more of the last night if we stop doing this. Come on.
Yeah, okay. Right then, let's go.
Let's go.
We've just had a lovely meal at the Verandha where I was given this as we went in because it's Valentine's Day.
15 quid that cost me. She didn't know.
It didn't. Fantastic, actually, little restaurant, isn't it, Paulie?
Yes, lovely.
Felt that the tables were nicely spaced. We had a table for two that had nobody else really around it, did it?
No.
And the service was just absolutely spot on, wasn't it? Absolutely stunning. We started off with lobster cocktail, wasn't it? Like what was it called? A lobster cocktail?
It was called a lobster cocktail. It was like a prawn cocktail, but it was lobster.
Chunks of lobster and delicious, wasn't it, Paul?
Yes, it was. It was
absolutely
very
superb.
nice.
And then they come round and with the service, they show you all the steaks, and then so you can and give you a little bit of an idea of what would suit you best. And then you had to pick your own knife, didn't you, Paulie?
Oh, that was awesome, picking your own knife. I felt like I was like a pirate or a cowboy or something. It was just
you picked the hardest one, didn't you?
I did, yeah.
So it's just an occasion, isn't it, when you go out for dinner? And it was lovely. We ordered the Taster 3, the trio of meats, wasn't it?
Yes, it was New York strip, 28-day aged fillet.
Yeah.
And the short rib.
And I must admit, it was good, wasn't it? For me, I felt the fillet was a little bit rare, but you liked it sort of medium rare, don't you?
It should have been in. The fillet could have done with doing for a bit longer, definitely. But the New York strip was perfect.
Yeah.
As was the short rib, which is like a slow cooked.
Yeah.
You know, you can't really go wrong with cooking that.
But my favourite was the New
York strip.
Yeah, that was delicious. I thought, oh God, we're so full, we can't have any puddings. And then he said, "Bert, you have to have the Valentine's pudding because it's a white chocolate strawberry heart." And it was delicious.
Yes.
Paul, you went for chocolate.
Because I'm an old romantic, I had chocolate brownie sundae with peanut butter ice cream, and I have to say it was spectacular.
So that's the special. Well, there's two specialty restaurants on here, one in King's Court and one on the Verandha. That cost us $45 each. Was it worth $45? It was good. Was it the best we've ever had?
No, I think the experience was worth $45.
Yeah.
But we've only done two other specialty restaurants that specialise in steak. And I would have said out of the three, this one's come third.
Yeah.
And that's being honest.
Yeah, but it was still excellent.
Still excellent.
Yeah. And people on the table next door were having the Wagyu beef, but that cost an extra $20. And they said it was absolutely phenomenal. And it did look good. We were having a peep. They were a little while, but they were. But anyway, so that's the Verandha. It was nice for Valentine's night, wasn't it, Paul?
Yes, I thoroughly enjoyed it. I'm glad we've done it.
Yes. We're back in the cabin because we just had to pack our case. Well, we've got two cases. We always bring a big one and a little one. And we packed our big case and it has to be outside the door by 11.
Just like Paul and Carole cases, isn't it? We bring a big one and a little one.
Yeah.
She's the little one.
I'm glad you pointed that out. Anyway,
well, just in case anybody noticed.
Really, we're absolutely burnt out and we're tired, but we're going to we're gonna soldier on, aren't we?
Gonna force through and try and make the 10 o'clock quiz, which
we thoroughly enjoyed the pub last night, didn't we?
Yeah.
It was a great atmosphere, and it's not huge, so whether we'll get a seat or not, I don't know. But there's another quiz, and we had such good fun doing the quiz earlier.
We did, yeah.
That we're going to see if we can stay awake for that. Right then. So let's tell you about our last night on board this fabulous ship.
Don't sound so sad.
I am sad. I could happily stay on here. It's going to New York from today, isn't it? Could you
that does
imagine?
make me a bit sad, actually. Yeah.
Let's stay on, but we can't. We've got a new mattress for the camper coming.
Oh, well, it makes
Exciting times.
Well, I can't wait to rush home, sort of.
Anyway, back to Queen Mary 2 and our last night on board. So after the Verandha, we headed to the pub. Actually, didn't we? And luckily, when we walked through the door, the cruise boys were already there. So thanks, guys. And they had saved us a couple of seats. So we sat in there and had a couple of beers and a chat. Service in there is fab, isn't it?
Yeah.
Well, service everywhere across. We've
really
not
good.
encountered having to wait hardly at all, have we?
You're forgetting the big news, aren't you?
I'm about to say that. And then we did the quiz.
We did the quiz.
Yeah, we did the quiz.
Guess who won?
We did. Well, and the cruise boys. And we won a bottle of wine, a bottle of red wine. We don't drink red wine, but the cruise boys do. So that was good. Yeah, it was love songs, wasn't it? Being Valentine's Day.
Yes.
So
and
we
because
did well.
I'm such a romantic, that's why I knew so many answers, wasn't it?
No, you just like music.
Oh yeah, that was it.
And we stayed, and then Cameron and Shane came on, and then we spotted Emma and Scott, a lovely couple that we've got to know on the cruise, and they were sat at prime position just in front of the stage, and 2 chairs come available there too, didn't they?
Yeah,
so that was really good. So we sat right in front of them. If you were on any Cunard ship, because I think that we've seen them on Queen Elizabeth, make sure if you see them on the programme, go and see them. They are extremely talented musicians, but not just that, they're so funny.
Like 10 minutes, but we'd been watching them for about hour and 3/4, so yeah.
And then the pub closes then, doesn't it, sort of midnight, and then we thought, right, we're going to go to bed, and we thought we'll just have another walk around, because the ship is just, walking just around the ship, you're just like, oh my god, it's beautiful. And we walked past the chart room, didn't we? Because we went to the grand lobby where they've got the beautiful floral displays, and then went up one deck to the chart room where we heard some jazz type music playing, didn't we? And there was a little three-piece in there, so if you're after a late drink, I mean, we didn't, we just stopped for the music, and then
we thought it was just the disco, which is G32, is it?
Yeah.
Which is the other side of the Queen's Room, that was the place for a late drink. But obviously last night, every day's a school day, and we found out you can go into the chart room, 3-piece jazz, what do they call that? Trio.
Yeah.
A jazz trio, which very entertaining. Guy on a piano, man on a double bass, which you can't beat. Hello, double bass, and a drummer.
She was very talented.
Very, very. If it hadn't have been early morning this morning, which I'll tell you more about that after I've finished talking now, we probably would have stayed for a late one.
So that's the chart room, which is opposite the Godiva chocolate shop, which does cost extra, but wasn't open at midnight. So anyway.
So off to bed we went.
Yes, we did.
Now, Carole, as you've seen from our earlier vlog, we've had a lot of issues with timing. So I was like, oh, I don't know what's going on. Because, well, first of all, we spent all the evening thinking, oh, I'll tell you something we could do without this, because the clocks go forward, so we're going to lose an hour. And then Scott pointed out to us, no, it goes back an hour, so you get an extra hour. So already Carole was like, oh. So she can't be trusted when it comes to time. And then, I'm worried about setting the alarm because my phone's saying the wrong time. You set it on your phone. I said, well, I just set it on the phone in the room, just after a wake-up call for 7:30. So, what could go wrong? So Carole gets me up. I thought, well, I don't remember hearing the wake-up call on the phone in the room. And she's like, oh yeah, I've got the kettle on, mate, and I can't understand it. It's pitch dark outside. So I look at my phone. I said, that'll be because it's 6:30, not 7:30, you donut.
But the phone said 7:30, but it hadn't rung.
But had the alarm gone
off?
No, it hadn't.
But mine had.
And then Carole looked at her phone and said, no, my phone... Oh, actually, it's just changed to 6:30. So we've been up for 2.5 hours, bright and bushy town.
But you know what? It's been a blessing, hasn't it, Paul?
Well, that's what we're going to turn it around to, are we? So you know that we never make breakfast. We got up so early this morning; it was too early for breakfast. We had to wait half an hour because it was 7 till 10.
I'm not sure what time it started.
Well, you're not sure about times, are you?
No, so don't ask me.
You're not in any position to talk about timings.
Anyway, we ended up, because we thought, oh my God, we haven't been to the library, and QM2 is supposed to have the biggest library at sea. So we've just done a walk around the library, which we show you now.
After extensive research, we can confirm that it is the biggest library at sea. It's 700 square feet and has more than 10,000 books, 8,000 of which are in English. If you love books, this place really is a must-see. And as an added bonus, there's also great views over the bow of the ship.
We've just had a really good walk around the Commodore Club.
When you enter the Commodore Club on Deck 9, you feel like you've gone into some sort of swanky members-only club. It's a great place to sit in the day for some quiet reflection, and at night, it's the perfect place for a pre-dinner drink, serving canapes and cocktails.
And we also found the lookout.
The lookout, found on Deck 13, gives you a shielded view over the bow of the ship. There are more great views to be had one deck up, where you can see over the bridge and all the way back to the iconic red and black funnel.
Which is right at the top, at the front, which we hadn't found before, had we?
I'll tell you something I just love.
So we should always get up really early because we
you've tried to turn your inadequacies into, like, yeah, well, you know, I planned it all the time.
I didn't.
What time is it, Annie?
Don't know. Well, it's nearly 9 o'clock, which means that we had an allocated time of 9 o'clock to get off the ship. So we've just been to the King's Court, had a breakfast, which was lovely, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Buffet. Our bags are packed.
And I'm ready to go.
So we're back in Southampton, sadly. QM2, our first 36 hours, we were both not sure. After 4 days on board, the ship's amazing. It's got so many nooks and crannies and different places to explore, and we definitely will be cruising again on Queen Mary, because you know why?
Because we've already booked one.
We have. We booked 2. So we booked, we're back on in September because we know Paul's dad will love this ship. He'll love the entertainment and he'll love the food. He'll love everything. So we booked a cruise to the fjords in September, and we've booked a transatlantic for next year because we've got to get off today and let's go in there, and we want to do it, don't we? So if you haven't already subscribed to our channel, please do. If you enjoy our videos and find them useful, then please subscribe. Hit that like button. Hit that like button. And also, it's really helpful for our channel if you write a comment on YouTube, just to say, even if it just says, I don't know, thanks ever so much, or liked your video, or something simple, or just put right then.
And don't forget, if you subscribe, it's free. You don't have to pay anything. So you just subscribe, and then that just means that we've got more subscribers. Well, I don't know what else it means.
Do you know, it's been overwhelming, this cruise, hasn't it? We've had so many people come up to us. Last night we had a couple of gentlemen come up and said, we just wanted to say hi, we're from Los Angeles and we watch your videos all the time. And it's like, it still blows our mind that people across the world watch our videos.
I don't even want to watch them, so I can't believe that. But
we've met so many lovely people on this. We've got to give us a definite shout out for Emma and Scott and Kathy, the cruise boys. Emma cruises and her family. We've had just such great company, haven't we?
Yeah, and so many others.
Yes.
Some gave us their names and we've already forgotten. Some didn't.
No, well, there was the Cardiff that were just a scream.
Nick.
Katie and Nick, and also there was Mark and Sean, wasn't there?
Yeah.
That were great fun. So thanks ever so much for watching our videos. We've just checked our bill, because you always check your bill before you get off, and it seems right, and that's actually quite reasonable, isn't it?
Yeah, not too bad. £17,000 for 4 days drink, not bad at all.
So we're gonna just try and get off now. Well, not try and get off. Hopefully,
we will get off. Yeah.
Yes. Yeah. Or stow away in a lifeboat so we can get to New York. Anyway, thanks ever so much for watching our 4-day series on QM2. More information coming about the Queen Mary, obviously later in the year, and that's it.
Do you know this final piece to camera has nearly taken as long as the 4-day cruise?
I know.
So
right.
Cheers.
Thanks for watching.
Thanks for watching. We hope you've enjoyed this series, and if you want more cruise content from Paul and Carole, why not watch one of these videos next?